Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Podcast Juice Live. This is your host, Michael Dean. And of course, I'm joined by the brethren here. Mr. Q-Storm, how you doing, sir?
Doing good. I just found me a new barber, so I'm happy.
So fresh and so clean, we see.
That's right. That's right.
All right. And of course, Mr. Sean Hill, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Unlike Q-Storm, I haven't been to a barber in about 20 years. They rock the ball head, but I'm doing well. I'm ready to get it on. I don't even know what we're gonna do, but let's do it.
And Mr. Aunt Pooh, how are you, sir?
I had a pretty nice day. We can leave it at that.
Okay. Shoot.
Hey, I wanted to ask real quick, Sean. When you pop up, your image is a little choppy. Or is it on my end?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I roll with it.
All right. It is what it is.
All right. So I was gonna say, what would I do today? I don't think I. Oh, I was working all day too. Sucks. So man, a couple of things I wanted to get into first, but I wanted to go back and let's talk about the latest Prince podcast that we did, which was about Saturday Night Live performance, and we got a lot of feedback on this. Actually, I'm going to try and find some of it and see if we can read some of that and address it on the air. I know somebody wrote down like a book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Dash. Yeah, I saw a couple of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Wow. Here's one now. I just saw this. Rika says, listening now. Michael Dean, Clouds was loud live, but you hit the nail on the head with the drum pocket. It needed the drums and some stank bass. I also agree with Lene, if I'm saying her name right, and Prince not being quite in sync. See if I can find another one. My man Miles, he says he was kind of going hard. I don't know if you guys seen any of these. He goes, in the podcast above, you spoke of how Prince's band needs a drill sergeant type to get them tight and dock them money until they do. I agree with your attitude, but I take it a step further. He says every single band member needs to be fired and replaced. That means Hannah on drums, gotta go. Ida Nelson on bass, gotta go. Donna on guitar, gotta go. Damn, Joshua Welton on keys, Hannah Ford's husband, really gotta go. Trevor Guy
Donna?
on guitar, really gotta go. I mean, he was a little harsh there. What do you guys think about some of these comments here?
Well,
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I like the band. I think they're a good unit. I mean, this is his thing right now. We all know that 2-3 years from now there'll be a footnote in Prince history. But I'm feeling what they're doing right now. They're far better than, let's say, the hit and run era band, not '86, the 2000, the rave era band. They're light years better than them. So I'm just going to take what we got right now. And, we know he's going to move on to something else.
All right. You going to say something, Ant?
I don't understand the disrespect for Hannah. Hannah is killing it. Big Sexy said himself for such a don't take this against me. This is what Big Sexy said. For such a petite female to be able to get that type of booming sound with those drums is very impressive. And I have to agree with him. Hannah kills it.
Yeah, I think I think it comes down to just kind of like the style of the songs, and I wonder we get away from some more of the rock bass or full band type stuff. How does the more program Prince material play with this band? My personal opinion is I think that, I'm not to say that's their weak spot, but I just don't think that is their strength lies in sort of recreating what I think is the majority of Prince's production material is drum machines and keyboards and all that sort of thing, and there's not people in the band to do a lot of those things right now. So yeah, some of the songs are going to sound wildly different, which to me like what was it, Let's Go Crazy, and I like their version of it, but it makes sense that they have to do a version like that because they don't have enough people on stage or different musicians to accurately play that song as we're used to. So, what you think, Q Storm?
Well, I appreciate anyone that listens to us, but this sounds like someone who's just looking for something to criticize. I don't know. Personally, I listened to the show. I didn't watch it. I just listened to it on Facebook, and so I couldn't get the video for it. But to me, it sounded fine. I think anybody that had anything to complain about that performance, other than maybe I wish you would have played this song or that song, I think is nitpicking. I mean, there were the vocals on Another Love were a little lost in the mix. They were a little weak, but I thought listening to it again, I like it better than I did when I first saw it.
All right. Any other last comments on that? There's quite a bit. I would say definitely go check out Facebook, and on the site there's some really good comments, really long comments on the site too. So definitely shout out to Pedro, Diana, and somebody named Kaboom. He gave us a lot of good feedback there too. So definitely check it out. We appreciate you guys. Yeah. Any last words on the Prince SNL? It's your chance, fellas.
I'm good.
All right. I know what I wanted to ask about, and I haven't seen this movie, and I think one of our guys here has seen it already. I'm going to see it Thursday night. But Interstellar. The Nolan movie's coming out this week. I'm seeing some very interesting reviews. It's not like
you're catching me. You're catching me in the midst of an embargo yet again.
That's all right. So but you have seen it.
Yeah, I have seen it. I saw it last night. Trying to think what I could say without. It's worth seeing. I'll say that. I won't go into any more details than that. It's Christopher Nolan. You know what to expect. I said it on whatever show we did, and we were talking about it. I said I was looking forward to the IMAX presentation, and that he shoots in IMAX. He understands how to screenshot in the IMAX format. He definitely does his thing here. I'll get in more detail Saturday, so check out that show whenever we put that one up, because I'll go in on it then.
Can you say if you liked it or not?
I'm saying see it. So
see it
that should probably answer your question.
I say see a lot of movies just so you can see how much you dislike it with me. So.
Yeah, the reviews, it's like at what? Sitting at for what it's worth, it's sitting at like I think a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes. Is that right? And about 65 reviews.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah, so. And I've seen a couple of reviews, guys that I really trust their opinion, and they were kind of both sort of on the fence with it, but they said definitely just go see it for yourself. So I'm curious to see what this movie is about.
I will say this: take a dictionary / thesaurus, and I'll leave it at that.
All right, man. Look, we got somebody else in the room here. How did you get in here? So was this? Oh, he left. There you go. Interesting.
His mic was muted, so I think he was just watching.
Yeah, now he got in here somehow. That's funny. But anyway.
NSA, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Getting his ass whooped tonight, unfortunately.
Well, that brings up another thing. I wanted to ask you about this, Q. So, it's voting day today, right?
Yeah.
I know you're a big proponent of getting out there voting and all that good stuff. And what are some of your thoughts on election night here?
I haven't. I've been so busy all day. My son was out of school, so I was. We were running around. I was running around with him. I haven't been following, but in the cursory glance that I looked, I went to CNN. It looks like the Republicans have a chance of gaining the Senate, and which means there would be a GOP-controlled Senate and House, which means if we thought nothing was happening now, the Obama, he might as well not even get up in the morning anymore, because if they were obstructive then, nothing's going to be happening now. And I'm already getting people getting at me on my Facebook about, like the usual suspects, J.M. Bovee and his cohorts.
Shout out to J and Bobby.
Yeah, okay. Shout him out if you wish.
Yeah, that guy is.
Okay, just chill, please.
Like he starts an argument, and then when you start fighting against it, he starts fighting the argument that you were fighting against. Like it makes no sense.
Well, what I don't like is he tends to use the same logic against you that he uses to support himself. So it's Republican hypocrisy to me, but that's just me. That's me. And you said you were gonna school me on Democrats and Republicans, right?
Yeah, I will do that one day. I will do that one day, sir.
Oh, you do it right now if you want.
You need one day. You need one day to get your shit together. Is that what it is?
Oh.
Really? That's what you want? That's how you want to do things, Mr. Q Storm?
No, you said you're gonna school me, and you say one day.
Well, no, because my thing with you is you keep on having this narrative that liberals and Democrats are no. Let me take that back. That Republicans, conservative, and I'm missing one. Republicans, conservative,
Democrats and liberals.
No, there's another term for the right. There we go. That the right are all these despicable, evil people that are doing all these things that are not against the interests of the American government. My point is that it's not that black and white. Because let's keep it real.
I never said it was.
You do not the way you post. You do.
Well,
you didn't even let me finish my point though, sir.
Go ahead, bro. You got it. The floor is yours. I'm gonna towel that bitch for you. The floor is yours.
Towel that bitch, whatever.
Linoleum? Linoleum? Are you still on straw floors, mud floors? What do you got?
I prefer hardwood, thank you, sir. Bamboo.
Hardwood. Pause. Okay, go ahead.
My point is that you keep going at the conservatives, Republicans, and the right wing as if they're the sole problem. You rarely, if ever, say anything negative against liberals and Democrats on the left wing.
My brother, you need to stop talking because you have not been looking at my Facebook wall at all.
Yes, I have. I've been seeing it today.
No, you have. Now, I am a Democrat, so naturally, I tend to side with the Democrats.
And see, that right there is my.
I have a hashtag that says why liberals get a bad name. So what are you talking about? I go with the liberals too.
See, that right there is the fact that you call yourself you self-identify yourself as a Democrat. Democrats ain't been all good, especially to
I never said they were.
But we're not going to get there just yet. We need to stop looking at it as Democrats, the left, liberals versus conservative, the right. God damn, conservatives, right, Republicans.
Okay, dude. I see why you need one day. You need to sit down.
It's just too many. Cause
far end of the bench, there's damn poo. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
Because I'm going to say they both do. They both are self-serving, and at the end of the day, as a black man, I don't see either side doing shit for me or my community.
So how do you identify? What are you registered as?
Register as an independent. You earn my fucking vote. Don't. I'm not just giving it to Democrats. I voted for Republican in a number. Stop looking at it.
So if you voted for, let me ask. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll let someone else talk.
Well, no, I was going to ask because I was going to bring this up anyway, but thankfully you guys already have about I don't know if you guys heard what Bill Maher said about the black vote and how we're not worth. I think he said the time or the energy or the effort, one of those words, to even court. So what do you guys think about that? This is, of course, the Republican Party.
And that's the failing of the Republican Party. They take it for granted that blacks are going to vote Democrat, and they said, but the thing is that like any constituent, any voting bloc, why the fuck aren't you coming out to me saying, well, this is what we're going to do? Pretty much their whole message is pull yourself up from your bootstraps. You don't need all these hand-me-downs, this nanny states. And I'm like, wait a minute. If you can go to fucking big government, if you can go to the oil companies and promise them all that shit to get their money, to get their votes, why the hell the best you got for us is pull yourself up from your bootstraps?
Okay, now let me ask you this, Ample.
The Democrats, all they're saying is they're going to put you back in chains. Fuck you.
They haven't said more than that.
What?
That was one quote that Joe Biden said almost 2 years ago.
I'm sure if we do a Google search that the right-wing blogosphere will find and link every instances of the Democrats fear-mongering us that we're going to be enslaved or back in Jim Crow.
Here's something that they are doing. Let me add to this. There's an article, Midterms 2014 ads, Democrats use race, Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown shootings to court black voters. There was actually a series of mailings that they sent out. One had a black kid with his hands up, and one of the headlines was like, if African Americans don't vote or something like that, we'll get another Trayvon or another Ferguson type of thing. And I don't. And then there was here. Let me read a little bit of this because I don't sound like I'm talking crazy. Campaign is featuring a photo of a lynching and a radio ad that refers to the killing of Trayvon Martin are being used in North Carolina to energize black voters to re-elect Senator Kay Hagan. In Arkansas, black voters are being courted by ads suggesting that the GOP is trying to impeach President Barack Obama and is targeting our children. African American voters in Georgia are seeing ads that focus on threats to Obama's presidency rather than the Democratic state candidate, Michelle Nunn. I mean, they kind of are playing the sort of a race thing. You know, we don't want any more shootings to happen if you don't. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. You're pointing out, I'm not saying you're taking a side, you're just stating objective fact. But let's look at Ferguson. Haven't we all been talking about how that police chief needs to go, needs to be put out? Well, so why shouldn't they use those images to say, this is why you need to vote? Because you might get this. I'm talking about Ferguson as an example. You might get this if you don't vote.
Okay, well, are you saying that if you don't vote?
Let me answer real quick. I'm going to go to you, Ann. I would say I don't disagree with you per se, but, you know, and we talk about this on the show. Why don't they use the massacre that's going on in Chicago streets? Why don't they talk about these other things? Why is it just this sensationalized white on black type of stuff to get black voters? Why don't, if they were really concerned, I'm just throwing it out there, wouldn't they show like, hey, there's a lot of crime, black on black crime is epidemic in these certain neighborhoods. Why don't they campaign off of that if they really care about people, instead of just getting you riled up because it was a white guy that shot the guy? You know, we got to stop that.
Yeah, pretty much just saying vote Democrat so your kids won't get shot in the streets by white cops. But they're not actually saying this is what this is the agenda we will push to improve your neighborhood. Is that you don't want them in power because your people keep dying.
I mean, if you look at let's say New York, right? There's that stop and frisk policy.
Right.
Black people. Now I don't know where I stand on that, but black people, I think overwhelmingly were against it. They used that. Bill de Blasio, the New York mayor, current New York mayor, first Democrat in, 4 years or more? They used that. They said, if you don't want stop and frisk, vote for me. And that's what they did. And he got into office. So, I mean, that's called campaigning. That's called having a platform and using it to influence voters that agree with you. I don't exclude, Mike's, what you're saying about showing the Chicago urban crime and using that as an example. But
I agree. It's politics and it's how it is. And we talked about this before, but I recognize that it's a game. You know, they're using it to do whatever they got to do to win, and I understand it. So I don't feel bad about it. I understand that's what the game does, right? They're going to use what they feel is going to work best for that particular audience. But again, going back to Ampu's point, I don't really put nothing in it either. Like, I know they're just doing this to get some votes. They ain't gonna really change.
Well, of course they're doing it to get some. See, you guys keep saying they're not going to change anything. So if you believe that, then why were we all talking about the police chief in Ferguson has to go? That's a change, isn't it? I don't understand.
Well,
I agree, but I don't know if the vote's going to change.
What's that now?
opinion. I don't know if voting is going to change that, but that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
If you vote him out and someone else steps in, that's a change.
Was he up for the vote election this time? And I don't know this. I'm just asking. Maybe you do.
I don't know. I don't know. This is a state's thing. I don't know when his tenure is up. It may not have been this election cycle. I don't know. My point is, I don't think that matters. What my point is, when it is up, you can go and vote him out, and that will be a change. It's just like if we didn't want universal health care in this country, you would have voted for Romney. If you did want it, you would have voted for Obama. If you wanted to get the troops out of Iraq and Afghanistan, you would have voted for Obama. If you didn't want them out, you would have voted for Romney. So I don't know why.
I don't know if that's just that black and blue, but I get the point you're trying to make. Yeah, black and white, you know what I mean.
All right, Ray Rice, what's up? Why is it not that black and blue? I mean black and white.
I mean,
Now you say.
You're just essentially saying all the stuff that you're essentially saying that Romney wouldn't have tried to push for some of those things. Now the healthcare, definitely I get that to you, but you can't speak on troops out of Iraq because sir, you're being a little dishonest.
That's what Obama campaigned on. He campaigned on that.
However, sir, the removal of those troops that was set by the previous Republican.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Romney,
absolutely nothing. But we're not talking about that.
All of the Republican candidates did not want to. All of the conservatives.
You can't say all. And my point being again is that you're saying Romney specifically, or Romney as a representation of the Republican Party.
Romney was a pollster. He was a flip-flopper. He did anything that the polls said would get him the vote.
And sir, you're now moving on to something else. You're not actually addressing this that your comments.
You gonna let me address it or not?
But I'm not gonna let you sidetrack this though.
I'm not. If you see.
Going down, ladies and gentlemen. And real quick, because we are deep into this.
I didn't answer the question, though. I didn't get a chance to answer the question.
I'm going to let you get it, but we got people watching. Just want to acknowledge. We see you out there. I see the comments you're leaving on the YouTube page. I don't know how to get that chat thing going, as Parkman is asking, but we can see your comments there. So if you leave comments in that, they will show up for us to see, and we'll address them on the air. Go ahead, Q.
All I'm saying is that if Romney were in office, we would still have troops in Afghanistan and Iraq, despite the fact that Bush negotiated with a timetable for withdrawal back prior to 2008, because you had generals and you had Republicans saying we should keep those troops in there. We should renegotiate that treaty, or I forget the treaty, what it was called, but. If we had a Republican in the Oval Office now, there would still be troops in Afghanistan and Iraq. Now, should they have left them there? That's another argument. That's another question. But what I'm saying is that it's clear if you vote for one candidate, you get maybe 50% of what they promise. Same thing with the other candidate. No candidate is going to follow through with 100% of what they promised during the election. But what I'm saying is you can't tell me that it's all the same. It's not. That they're both the same.
No, I'm not saying they're both the same.
Well, what are you saying?
What I'm saying is that you seem to be staunchly portraying Republicans, GOP, as this party with all of this negative behind it, while upholding, by your own admission, being a Democrat, the liberal.
By my own admission, yeah. But you say that, so you're accusing me of something.
I'm just saying. I'm not calling you a Democrat. I'm letting it be known that you have self-identified.
I'm calling myself a Democrat, and I think they both.
Gold digger.
Huh? What you say?
Nothing.
Okay. I am a Democrat. I personally think the Democrats are the lesser of two evils. I'll be honest with you.
I agree with that as well.
With the values that I have, I tend to align more with the Democratic Party than the Republican Party. I've listened to some of the Republican Party. I think the majority of them, particularly in the House, are fucking nut jobs. That's just my opinion. Okay, that's my opinion. I I have criticized Obama on a few issues. I have. You can go if you want to scroll through my Facebook history, you will see I criticized him on not explaining.
Struggling.
No, I'm not struggling. You interrupting. I criticized him on not explaining adequately the Affordable Care Act to the public so they would understand that, yes, some people would get hurt, some people's premiums would rise, but others, more people would have access to health care. That's one thing. And now Mike's giving me the face like I'm bored of this, so I'll be quiet.
No, let you finish your thing.
No, my point is I have criticized Obama for a number of things, but I tend to think he is doing just as good or better a job than anyone else could have done in his position.
All right.
We could table this
Any
for
last
another
words
day.
from you, Ant, on that? We're going to move off of that topic.
No, we could table this for another day. I did, however, want to bring
One day, okay.
Listen,
to quote the homie Bernie Mac, I ain't scared of you.
Ain't nothing to be scared of. If you got something, throw it my way. I'll lob that motherfucker right back to you. But come on.
I got a Hadouken. How about that, homie?
You got a what?
A Hadouken. Shut up, Mike. I see you.
I don't even know what you said.
how you doing, Sean? Sean is over there like.
Because politics bore the shit out of me because it's Democrats hate Republicans, Republicans hate Democrats, and nothing changes. That's kind of my thought process on all. It's all bullshit. It's all self-grandizing. I don't really care. So,
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Quiet. Me? Yeah.
Did you vote?
Yeah, I always vote. It's too important, especially for black people, not to vote. But I don't give a shit about politics.
I don't know, Sean. That don't.
Well, I can honestly, I didn't vote this time. I didn't. There was nothing on my local ballots that applied to me.
To be honest, you in Seattle, Washington, so shit's kind of good for you then.
And I live outside of Seattle, so none of that stuff applies to me either.
Mike, you say it doesn't apply to you, but I don't know how you can say that. I don't know how you can say it doesn't.
Well, I said on a local level, I'm not allowed to vote on the Seattle thing because I don't live in Seattle. So,
Okay, but you're not allowed to vote. You tell me he's an ex-con?
No. I mean, I can vote, but the things that are on the ballot for Seattle, I don't live in the city of Seattle, so they're not on my ballots.
There wasn't any voting in your district?
I think the only thing that may apply to me was about background checks on guns, and I could care less about that.
Really?
I don't. Really? To me, what's on the book?
I seem to recall. See,
go ahead.
Y'all.
Let me get my drink. Go ahead.
I'm like, you should call me. You should call me the Freedom Train Podcast Juice archivist because I keep everything right here.
I know this.
I recall that you called into an Afro Nerd show. He was talking about this radio host in Atlanta that was talking about we should all go shoot all the thugs or something like that. We should all get guns and shoot thugs. And you called in saying, where can I sign up? Because I think you had said something about your car had been jacked or something or stolen or something.
Stolen twice.
Right. But you don't care about background checks because
I don't care about changing them as they are now. I don't think there needs to be any more background checks than they already have.
So why not vote to express that? I don't understand. I don't know what the issue was. But
it doesn't matter to me that much. I think the gun laws are fine the way they are, personally.
Right, but someone's trying to change them if there was a vote.
Yeah, they're not going to win.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, well, I guess if they do, that's all thanks.
And if they do, it don't matter to me either way.
Okay. Let's move on.
Well, real quick, you know how I've made the statement a few times on this show that I care about this house, what happens here. So again, yes, I voted, but again, I don't follow politics enough to really care, but I feel it's important enough because, again, ancestors died for us to have that right to actually vote.
Sean, listen.
Mark Wiggins, Mr. Big Sexy, is in the house. Hello, sir.
Gentlemen, what it is? Can you hear me?
Yes, you are the voice that invisible voice that is speaking of wisdom. We don't see you, but we definitely hear you.
I apologize. I don't have my laptop and I don't have a webcam on my desktop, but I just got back home, and I see you guys are up here chopping it up. I'll just put in my 2 cents and just hang with my boys for a little bit.
All right, all right. We're getting very political here, but go ahead, Q.
I guess I'm answering Sean, but I would put this to at least Aunt Pooh. You know, you claim independent. I'm calling that a cop out, but you claiming something at least.
All I'm saying is I am not about to let the Democrats just have my vote.
I got you,
Even
bro.
claiming
I got
Democrat,
you. I got you.
Claiming Democrat is a win for them. No.
I got you. My point is that I'm directing this to Sean and Michael Dean. I don't know how you can possibly say that that you're not interested in politics, but you're going to go out and vote for someone. You have to be voting for someone because you either you believe in their principles or their platform. So how are you if you're not interested in politics? I don't understand.
I generally vote Democratic. I don't consider myself a Democrat. That's just the way I vote. So I know enough about the Democratic platform, at least, to give Democrat my support. But again, nothing's going to change. Nothing. Today we had an election today. I wake up tomorrow, and tomorrow's another day. It's going to be the same as it was the day of the election. Nothing changes. That's my overall feeling on it. It really doesn't matter, but I still feel that you vote. More people have more time to do more research than I don't.
Okay, well, just as an example, and again, I'm not going to say anything disrespectful, okay? I'm very wary about bringing children into a debate, even if it's completely above board. But I'm just going to say, I want to say to you, you have a daughter, right?
Right.
Now, what if your local drugstore starts to, as your daughter grows, right? And you're going to be a good father. What if your local drugstore starts to put the RU486 pill on the shelf, the morning after pill, which the majority of Democrats are in favor of, and you're voting Democrat? That doesn't affect you at all?
It affects me at all, but I don't know. I mean, I don't understand the point per se, but.
Well, I mean, I don't know where I guess I don't know where where you stand on like abortion or things of that nature, but I'm just saying, maybe it's an obtuse example, but I'm saying, assuming that you don't believe in abortion, but you vote Democrat, and Democrats would push for the RU486 pill, the morning after pill, to be available to everyone through their health care plan.
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
You would not?
Would not.
Okay. Well,
it's a choice. If some people choose to do it, some people don't.
But no, my only point was being informed as you vote. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I get what you're saying. I again follow the Democratic platform, so to speak. That's typically who I vote for. I would say 9 times out of 10. But even if I was to vote Republican, I just think nothing changes. It's the same rhetoric day after day.
How can you say nothing changes? Millions more people have access to health care now. That's a huge change. What do you mean?
Okay, again, I guess I'm more the selfish. I've had health care prior, so the Affordable Health Care Act didn't affect me in my house.
But people not having health care affects you. When people go to the emergency room because they don't have health care and the hospital can't bill them 100%, your taxes go up. But it does affect you.
All right. I don't know what else you want me to say.
I'm just trying to get everyone to open up their eyes and see. You cannot say things don't affect
Enlighten
you.
Us, people.
Things affect you. Laws and policy affect us all, whether we sit in our home or not. I'm sorry. Everybody getting quiet like, okay, I'm preaching now. All right. I'm sorry.
I'm probably the last person you want to talk to politics about because again, I don't care enough to follow it. Now, if we were talking Prince or movies or the Lakers, I would probably be able to have a better discussion with you. But I defer to you on politics because I don't follow it.
Yeah, I'm just saying the Prince, the Lakers, and movies are not affecting the amount of taxes come out of your paycheck. So that affects your house. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I agree. But those are things that I'm passionate about. I mean, I'm not saying you being passionate about politics and informed is wrong. I just don't care.
All right. Now we're done with the politics for the night. Q, hey.
Yes.
Applause from the people. You held it down. Do your thing.
And Mr. Michael Dean, sir.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
I don't know if you saw that Christopher Nolan, he threw some shots at Marvel.
Yeah, he posted something up.
Yeah. Now, was that stuff said a while ago, though? Was it, or was this just now come out in an interview? I wasn't quite clear about that.
It was a quote he made within the last 2 months saying, some people asked how come there haven't been any. Why wasn't there a post-credit scene for Man of Steel to set up a future film? We all know the answer to that because they had no direction. But his statement was to say a real movie doesn't need that.
Get the fuck out.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Well, I mean, hey, if he said this during the Batman eras, particularly like the second Batman movie, I'm not mad at him. I enjoy the post-credit scenes from Marvel. Some of them are good. Some of them are not, worthless. I don't like when people say, "Well, that's not the real movie." You kind of sound like Prince. It's a real musicians, blah blah blah. Real directors. I mean, it's a movie is a movie, whatever that is. I don't know if he's throwing shade per se at Marvel. Maybe he is, but I mean, he has something to stand on and say that I'm the shit. So I could kind of see. Okay,
Well, I can say that there is, and I don't think this is violating my embargo. There is a post-credit scene in Big Hero 6.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say Interstellar.
Oh no. So if you're going to see that, make sure you stick around for that. It's actually quite humorous.
Isn't Thanos in Interstellar at the end?
I can't say.
That nigga drinking something over there. I don't know what it is.
Podcast juice, baby.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say nothing else. But hey, you know why? I listened to the last This Is What We Do, where Ampu got on me trying to argue with Big Sexy, and threw shade at Michael Dean. Michael was like, "Whoa, F you." I ain't fucking with Mike.
I didn't know if y'all was gonna start getting real on here. But speaking of funny, so the show I posted today, the Round Table, is actually Big Sexy and Q Storm on this. Q, that's the show.
You kind of got at me hard on that one, cuz.
Well, that's the one you've been talking about the bitch and all that. I finally found that, and so yeah, that's out there. Yeah. That was a good show, man.
Where did they listen to that at, sir?
The bitch. Who got called a bitch?
Michael Dean called me a bitch.
No, I didn't call you.
Mike!
No. I said if you were to do something like this.
No. Listen. It's right here, bro. It's right here.
Go back and listen to it.
You said, Q Storm said that if his girl were to leave him for a rich dude, he would sue. And I think that makes you a bitch.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Oh, Q Storm, I actually listened to that show today, and you did say if he is worth this amount of money, I probably could see myself trying to get something out of him.
I said if he had a legal standing, why not? That's what I said.
Okay, you're right, but you did say it though. You said it.
I'm clarifying what you said. I said. You said I said that I would do it to get some money. I'm saying if he had a legal standing, why not? That's what I said.
Someone get the
Actually-
transcript.
Quentin Jones, he just posted on the thing. He said, "You was a biggie." Shout out to Quentin. We see you.
Oh, definitely shout out to Quentin. Quentin, man, good looking out on that clip you sent yesterday, man. Definitely.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was the one you were talking about.
Yes, that was the one.
That's what's up. Shout out to, I believe, Tamika. I think she's watching. We see you. Shout out to you.
What's up, girl?
Man, I was gonna say something. I totally.
Do you see that question from Dale Hasty 07?
I did. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick, unless you see it. Oh, it says, "What up, guys?"
I don't see
Long
the
time-
questions. Are they on YouTube or in the Google Plus link?
They're both.
I don't see anything on the Google Plus. I'm not going to try it. So you guys, if there's one that you need me to answer, just let me know.
Yeah, it shows up on my screens. I can see it. He says, "What's up, guys? Long-time listener, now watching on YouTube. Shout out for that. What was up with Prince on Saturday Night Live, looking like Purple Blackula?" As of the last few years, Prince might want to fire his fashion consultant. Keep the shows coming in peace. I mean, Prince.
Speaking of, is anybody gonna order the glasses? Is that on anybody's Christmas list?
Hell no.
Wait, those
Are they for sale?
I'm thinking they will be soon.
I'd get a pair. Why not?
I'm guilty. I'm getting a pair too. Those look fly. Sorry.
I said they did on the Prince podcast.
You guys look like some kind of mutant Dwayne Wayne. You don't want to do that, man.
And speaking of, did we ever confirm whether or not Prince was playing Toronto tonight?
Oh,
I think Donna put on her Twitter that it didn't happen tonight.
I know. I saw there were people in line. It was raining. Someone posted a picture. We ain't going nowhere. Like,
Well,
go ahead.
There's a picture posted of the band setup. I don't know if that was current or not. I mean, you could see there's their equipment there. If that was a real actual picture from today, so I don't know what happened with that. He needs to get off that whole line thing, man.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter right now. I see some pictures of people standing in line. I'm trying to see if any new.
Because the last I saw, I think Live Nation said there wasn't going to be a show, but who's to say that this, Live Nation was the one selling the tickets? So.
Yeah, well, as an hour ago, somebody tweeted out that surprise Toronto concert called off.
Mm-hmm. Surprise, no show.
Now, Prince's, or at least someone in his camp is on Twitter, social media, whatever. Someone knew people were standing out in line in the rain. He should have put something on Third Eye Girl, that Twitter feed. Say, hey, look, I appreciate you guys' support, but no show. Get out of the rain. Rather people.
That's all. Tell him I'm rehearsing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they get it together for tomorrow or something. I don't know.
And I don't want to turn this into a Prince show, but did you also see on I think it's the Revolution Facebook page, they're campaigning to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which I say
I saw that.
no.
That's a no.
You mean like the Revolution, the band?
Yes.
The band without Prince, just the Revolution.
That's a
That's a no.
Yeah, I say
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna get my car pulled, but I never claimed to even have a car. But is Prince currently in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Oh, damn, Q.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
We remember I that was one of my favorite musical live TV performances.
My Guitar Gently. I didn't know he was being inducted that night.
Oh my God! Pull his card.
Hey.
Someone poke a hole in that fish tank back there.
Why you gotta go after my fish, bro? Damn.
Because I don't. Oh no! Set
wasn't
fire
trying
to
to
that Avengers. Set fire to that Avengers poster behind you there.
Oh no!
No, wait, whoa, slow down.
You gotta get in line, man.
Damn.
Slow down.
Damn. Well, I comment on the fish. I get somewhat of a reaction. But the Avengers. Oh,
Yeah.
that's too far.
You ever heard of a show called Geeked Out? Damn.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Oh, let me
Uh,
on the geeked
But
out.
yes, Prince is in the Rock Hall of Fame as of 2004, I believe.
Okay.
Anthony,
Yes.
are you aware that today Image Comics has announced their Image Expo for January of 2015 in San Francisco?
Had not heard of it. Would it
If you are going, let me know.
at the hookup?
You forget who you're speaking to.
uh,
I can make few things happen.
Okay, I might have to make the trek up there. While we on Prince, do we want to dissect the disrespectful comments from Rockabash?
I don't think we should do that.
nah, he needs to be online to be able to talk about that, and we're not gonna put
Defend
people on
himself,
blast.
yeah.
That would be kind of like bullying, and that's not.
Can we talk about
Cyberbullying.
I don't want to jump to something that we're going to get into this weekend, but since we're all here, do we want to get into this Lena Dunham situation?
Get into. I have no. I don't know who she is. I saw the story, but I don't have any frame of reference. So who is she?
She's the lead actress and creator of the show Girls on HBO.
Which is that even still being produced?
I think they're doing it.
Yeah.
Season 3.
Well, if anybody wants to run with that, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Well, Q, talk to me. You started it. No, Anthony.
No.
Cat poo.
Look at you shaking his head.
All right, so
Come on, Ant. Start out there, man.
the gist of the story is Lena Dunham, who I'm gonna let it be known, I'm very biased towards her. I think she's very pretentious, and
Biased
she's
against her.
Thank you.
yeah, but whatever, biased against her. I think she's very pretentious. She had the nerve to coin herself the voice of a generation. She's getting all this, in my opinion, unjustified hype as a comedic genius with this show Girls, which goes on HBO, which by the way only averages about 800,000 viewers, but that's a different story. She's privileged by having the backing of Judd Apatow. Y'all know how big Judd Apatow is. She put together her memoirs, which is, I guess, I don't know what the difference between a memoir and a biography is, but for her, she needs a memoir. And it's selling pretty well. She's on a book tour. And she's, over the last couple of years, she said some very incendiary comments. Well, somebody from the National Review.com, Kevin Williamson, he read her book and did a very scathing book review. And in it, he quoted her book, the keyword quoted her book, which she documented a anecdote where she was curious about the female sexual reproduction organs. She was having a discussion with her mother, and then after she explained, oh, wait, you have a vagina, your sister may have a vagina too, we all have vaginas, she decided she needed to see what a vagina looked like herself. She was 7 years old at the time. She said she went to her 1-year-old sister and began to open up her vagina to look inside of it. And as she did so, she noticed that there was something inside of it. Her mother saw it and proceeded to like, oh no, you don't do that, and looked for herself and found like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 pebbles inside of her little sister's vagina. She then said that this was her sister laughed at this as at her prank. Now, she goes on to state that she used to do things like this continually as she grew older, and that she would bribe her sister for affection, including bribing her with quarters for 5-second kisses on her lips. And then there are the final.
I don't hear a story here. I really got to be honest with you. I don't hear a scandal here.
Okay, sir. One more.
Okay.
She read out one last story where her sister would want to sleep in the bed with her, and she detailed a time when she masturbated while her sister was laying next to her in bed sleep. So, people, was that?
I don't hear anything that I should be up in arms about. I'm not a fan of Lena Dunham by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, the big backlash occurred as this person was putting this out there. A lot of people started saying that this was child molestation, this was abuse, that she was manipulating and abusing her sister, and the left-wing media and the feminists came to her defense saying that this is all a right-wing conspiracy, and then a lot of feminists and non-white feminists started firing back like, no, That shit's disturbing. And who the fuck is defending her about any of this? So now it's this big firestorm where everybody's saying this is bullshit. This is a right wing smear tactic, while all these feminists and liberals are defending her for this action. And I'm like, look, bitch, if it was Bristol Palin instead of Lena Dunham, and you should know where I'm going with that, there would be a shitstorm on her. If that was a black man, it would be a shitstorm on her. If that was a black woman, they would be calling her all kinds of abusers now. And my other point is that I remember when Sinead Rice and all that incident went down, and she stayed with her husband, stood by her husband. They were like, that poor thing, she doesn't realize she's being abused. Let's get her help. But yet, in this other situation where Lena Dunham's sister has said, I don't feel abused, everybody's like, well, there you go. She doesn't feel abused. Leave the whole situation alone. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Y'all didn't do the same shit for Janae Rice. Matter of fact, Chris Brown, he said that he lost his virginity at 8 to a 14-year-old. Despite him saying it wasn't abuse, you said, no, you were raped. That was abuse. And it just points out how this privilege of being the media darling sways in one direction where it doesn't when you don't have an issue with the other person.
Well, from a purely legal standpoint, children aged 7 and under are presumed to not have the capacity to concoct and generate criminal intent. So anything she did at age 7 from a criminal standpoint is not applicable. So to people saying that she did this and did that in a criminal context is incorrect and a misstatement of law. However, what she did do was some nasty shit, okay? And the fact that she aired her laundry, you get what you get. So had she kept her mouth shut, this would not be a problem. And I do agree with Aunt Pooh's assessment that she is a opportunist and she is just pimping her book. What is she, 25, 26? What fucking memoirs can she have possibly done by now? Nothing. So she's out there pimping a book. It's a payday. But from a purely criminal standpoint, this is a non-issue.
Well, that's what I'm trying to understand. What's the context, Ampu? Are you saying that she should be brought up on charges, or she should be held to the same standard as these other people, or?
Exactly, the second. I believe the statute of limitation on that is long since passed. Plus, her sister clearly does not want to. Is saying that she found nothing wrong with her.
Okay, so who are the other people that you're saying were not brought to task for similar offenses?
No, they were brought to task.
That's what I meant to say. Who did you compare this to again?
Well, I went to the Chris Brown. Well, one, we can start with Ray Rice and Janae Rice. We can just start there. This is a personal matter.
Two adults.
Okay, yeah.
As opposed to a 7-year-old and a 1-year-old.
It was adjudicated, and yet they still keep going in and going after this guy long after it's not necessary. But here you have someone who, let's just be honest, by her own very words, molested her own sister.
She was 7 years old, right?
You trying to? Okay, look.
What I'm saying is that kids are going to be experimental. I go into the shower right now and I see my son doing stuff. I'm like, damn, already?
If your son ever gets on the internet, he's going to hate you for that right now.
Kids, I'm not talking about the whole act. I'm just talking about exploring. That's normal. That's normal. I mean,
like it's Puss in Boots now. Come on.
Wow.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck? It's D'Artagnan.
I'm just going to step up.
The lamest clip I've ever seen in my life.
I'm on my mountains, Sir Nose Pimp style. Go ahead, fellas.
Okay, D'Artagnan.
I'm just going to sip on this tea right here.
Yeah, my name is Roscoe.
That's none of my business. That is none of my business.
What's up, y'all?
I saw on Twitter not too long ago, and Ant, you're the social media guy, that she now is saying that she made that story up, which shit. I'm just saying what she. Now, I kind of got to side with Q on this. This is the acts of a 7-year-old girl. I mean, if she was 17, 18 and did something like this, yeah, but
Well, I
she's
look at
7.
it this way, man. She's a freak, man.
You lost the hope.
What's her name?
Nasty shit.
No.
Well, she likes to stay naked on her show. I'll tell you that.
And that's not a good
We
thing.
like them like that now.
That is not a good look.
We like them thick now.
Mike, you don't want that one. Trust me.
No, you got
This ain't Mike, man.
Oh, I'm sorry, Roscoe. Let that one go, player. Let that one go, player. You don't want that one.
Well,
Yeah,
you know.
she's more than thick.
Hey, more than Mary. Sweetie the bit, More
Oh, here
push-
we go.
Let's go, baby.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
Moving
Lord.
on, since nobody finds anything wrong with that.
Well,
What
no,
if
I
you're
hear,
supposed to
you know
find
what?
out?
To be honest, I when I listen to it, it's a little disturbing. But you know what? Kids do stuff like that, man. I don't think there was any. She wasn't trying to abuse her. I think she was probably more sort of like curious type of stuff. It'd be different if she was older or something doing that. It'd be very different. But
But it's been conflicting reports between some of these things when they occurred between the ages of 7 and 13 in her book. Everybody knows the story at 7, but the age of the masturbation and the bribing for kisses, they haven't given a age for that.
yeah,
I'm
I'm saying I'm gonna play the race card. Let that have been nigga.
oh, here we go.
here we go.
It would have been over for.
Well, let's do this. We want to keep acknowledging our friends out here listening to us. Brandon Soul, Mr. Brandon Osley, left us a comment. Facebook. He says, "What up, guys? Brandon here, giving y'all a big shout out, and I would like to give a big no for inducting the Revolution in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Some of the P community can do too much at times, unfortunately. Can you all please quickly touch on the absence of the Purple Rain 30th anniversary reissue? What do you think about Warner promoting and releasing it around the time of the Grammys, i.e. Michael Jackson, and Sony releasing and promoting Thriller 25 during Grammy season of 2008? Big Sexy, what do you think?"
Well, my whole issue of it is, has there been an official announcement of any 30th anniversary anything for Purple Rain?
I don't think so.
Then why all of the hubbub and outrage about why isn't it here yet? I mean, if nothing has come from Paisley Park saying that it's going to happen or it's in the works or what have you, why are people talking about it?
Well,
I think the expectation of fans, I guess they want to see it. I think it should be coming out this year. I mean, that's a consumer's point of view, I suppose.
Go ahead, Q.
A quick question. I thought Prince himself issued a press statement saying that he was doing that.
He did?
Yeah, when he re-signed with Warner Brothers, they stated that they were going to do a Purple Rain reissue, and I believe in one of his interviews for the AOA PE, he mentioned that he's not that excited for his reissue of Purple Rain. He tries not to look back. He has all this new stuff moving forward. So it's been put out there. It's happening, just not when.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
oh, the year's not over yet, so I guess he's got a month to make it happen. Month and a half.
I mean,
Month and a half.
he wants to sell.
No rush jobs.
Maybe he's waiting for the Christmas season. Right?
There you go. Waiting for Black Friday.
It's only a few weeks from now.
Well, maybe it's
Yeah,
mastered
that's
and ready to
like,
go. I don't know.
No,
I
that
would
thing
be
should have
shocked
been
if it
in the
come out.
works.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, man.
No, I was just gonna say that thing should have been in the works. We have a preliminary track list, cover artwork, all that good stuff. If it were coming out before the end of the year, it's not coming out.
I only wonder if it is going to be what we want it to be, and if it really will just be a reissue. Maybe they throw an extra track or two on there, but there's nothing really, special edition. I don't think they ever. I don't know if they said it was a special edition type of thing. They just said it was a digital re-release, a remaster. So I'm curious if it does come out this year. I would imagine it just comes out quietly to a degree, and there's no big like extra booklet or.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Well, I'm just saying. I don't know how. Again, I don't know what they did. They do anything special for the Thriller aside from what they did audio wise? Did they do different booklets or different things? I don't know. I didn't buy it.
I seen them. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a different cover.
Where it's and to be clear, maybe I shouldn't even use that as an example because obviously that is like the top album of all time. Which of course you maybe do something different for that, but other contemporary reissues in his his arena, do they normally go all out? Because I know like even some of the Sly Stone stuff, I don't remember there being any in terms of the booklets and things of that nature.
I'll give you an example. When What's Going On was reissued, I forget which year. They were like, it was like a 3-disc set because it had the original album version, and then it had another version of the album, which I think analog or something, and then it had like a live concert from that era, where you had a lot of the tracks from that, from the album live. So there is a way. For me, if the Purple Rain reissue, if it doesn't contain the 12-minute Computer Blue, I'm not interested.
You know right now. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
He ain't coming out.
Well,
no way. Yeah, he's doing that.
if it don't have the hallway speech version, then I'm done. I'm not.
Yeah.
Why, Sean? What could we possibly be talking about?
Oh, I heard a dude talk about it a long time ago.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go with that. Okay.
Yeah. We'll stick with that.
I would love it if we were to reissue it to do also include like a Blu-ray of the was it Syracuse? I always get is it Buffalo?
Yes.
Or
Syracuse. Yeah.
The Syracuse concert. That concert changed my life, man.
I thought that concert was kind of middle of the road, honestly.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah. I went there.
Wow.
I thought during the Purple Rain era, concert-wise, he played it safe a lot.
What?
But he did have the bootylicious jeans though, with the little see-through lace thing on Possessed.
So
So
the Revolution was on fire.
Sorry, I didn't look that hard.
Oh, you can't not see that. Trust me.
I just remember when I saw that concert I was a Michael Jackson fan. When I saw that concert for the first time, I was like, "This is nothing is better than this." That concert got me into music. It ushered me into music, my love of music.
Wow.
And Prince.
Yeah, I would agree. I thought that was a fantastic video. I used to watch it over and over, and family members would come over and force them to watch it. Like it was.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying I'm not trying to be Alan Leeds here, but I've seen better. It was really. I thought it was really done by the numbers.
I think at the time though it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah, he's done better, obviously, but.
I disagree. I remember leaving I went to see the Love Sexy tour in Chicago. I was living in Indiana at the time. I remember leaving pissed. I mean, it was a dope concert, but I couldn't feel it back then because I was coming right off of watching that VHS. I was like, that didn't even hold a candle to what he did for Purple.
Hugh, have you seen the Love? I mean, you went to the Love Sexy show, which was great because I didn't get to see it. But did you see the Love Sexy Laserdisc or video?
I did not. I did not.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We will call someone who knows a guy who knows another guy who knows somebody's barber, and see if we can get you maybe a viewing of that. And then you can look at both of those, and you tell me. And I'm not ripping the Revolution, but that Love Sexy show, hands down, does it in for me, man. Hands down.
Let me say this much. I will say there are certain parts of the Revolution, that Purple Rain show, that blow out certain parts of that Love Sexy show.
Oh, just in terms, piecemeal, yeah.
Just in terms of like the band and how they're getting down on certain songs. I'm Love Sexy all the way. I saw it personally and I had that video, but I think they're both excellent. I don't know if there's one over the other. They're totally different bands and different types of feels.
I'll take the Sign of the Times concert film over the Love Sexy tour.
Pull this card. Pull it.
Card pull. You gotta come get it.
Not that egregious. Not that egregious.
Okay, then Q.
Yes, sir.
Your preference for Sign of the Times, which is cool. Have you seen the Sign of the Times warm-up show or the one where Miles Davis comes out? Have you seen those?
Listen, I will defer. I have not seen until I met Michael Dean online. I thought I knew everything there was to know about Prince. I didn't know shit. I admit. Okay, so my answer will probably be no to most of the things you're going to put forth.
All right.
As to whether I've seen it.
Again, I know a guy.
I saw the new tour. I got some bootleg VHSs of that. I saw the Musicology, Love Sexy, Welcome to America, the 31. I actually was at 3121. I was right up on the stage with Prince. Not on the stage, but at the foot of the stage. And I've seen stuff here and there, but the more esoteric stuff, no, I have not seen.
Well,
I'd love to see it.
Hey Q, why you were like right up on stage? Did you look in his eyes?
Don't look in his eyes. Don't look in his eyes.
No, my wife was there, so I was good.
Well, I'm not one to condone any VHS bootlegging of which I do not know what you speak of,
Right.
but I may know someone who may have access to somebody's barber, who may know a cleaning guy who can get you some things and fill out your experience a little bit.
You know a guy who knows Vinny 2 times? They can go get the
Hey! We don't mention Vinny 2 times on the air here. Come on now. Come on. What am I, an asshole?
to quote a line from a movie that I somewhat like, he know motherfuckers that know motherfuckers.
What movie was that?
Notorious.
Oh, Notorious. Okay.
Yeah. He was like,
Is it the
I
Biggie
know
movie or is
motherfuckers.
that another Notorious?
Yeah, no, the Biggie movie. That's like I love that line. He know motherfuckers that know motherfuckers. And I mean that says it all right there.
All right.
But Q, I could also I know motherfuckers that know motherfuckers too. So if you ever need some obscure stuff,
If
holler
I
at you.
ever need, I need.
Okay, well, I don't know what else you need, so you know.
You can assume I don't have it. Let's put it that
Well,
way.
all right. Do you have Detroit '86?
Oh, you gonna put out years now? Come on now.
Detroit 86. So that would be what, Parade?
That'll be
Yeah,
fine.
birthday show.
Here we got a question. We're getting real geeked here. We got a question from Quentin Jones,
Uh-oh.
and he says, "What's everyone's favorite mid-'90s era concert?" I assume he's talking about Prince, but
In person or on video?
it doesn't say, so you can do whichever one you want.
Any person, any artist, or
Well, I'm assuming he says Prince, but if we can open it up to any concert, yeah, I don't care.
You know, I'm going to say there's a tie. I'm going to say when I saw the Act 1 tour in San Francisco, blew me to bits. However, when I saw the Undertaker Laserdisc, again, floored. A lot of things come close, but the Act 1, even with Tony M being there, the Act 1 tour was just fire from opening to closing. It was amazing.
All right. Anybody else?
I would say for me, it was the Love for One Another charity tour I saw in Atlanta, MLK weekends. So I think this was '96, '97. It was a very small venue. It was a place called Atlanta Live. I don't even think it's in existence anymore. But I was about probably three rows back from the front, and this was the Emancipation Material. It wasn't a great show musically, but just being that close and no Aunt Pooh, I did not look in his eyes. But just being that close was cool, and this was, he was still cursing then, not to say that he has to curse to be cool. We got the full face down bass solo thing, and he brought out he did Johnny. He did some stuff that he didn't normally do around that time. So for me, that was probably my favorite '90s show. I mean, I think I only saw a few others during that time period, but definitely that one. And I know a guy that has that on CD too, so I also like it for that reason as well.
All right. What you got, Aunt Pooh? It could be anybody.
Now, for me, because I didn't really go to a lot of concerts, so I'm going to go by what I've listened to since then. and it's the Act Two tour in Lüneburg. I believe that's how you pronounce it. That's a killer set list, and he killed it. He had Irresistible Bitch, a nice rendition of She's Always in My Hair, a haunting version of Seven, and even he mixed America with DMSR that I like on that show. So that's to me
Oh,
the best.
yeah, I heard that one.
Although he did do a show, I believe, in '92 where he did a hell of a live version of Sexy Motherfucker at Earl's Court in London, June 24th, '92. I just want that song. But that Lundberg, sir.
Earl's Court in London, '92, June.
Yep.
Let me call a guy right quick. Go ahead.
No, I got it. I mean, with the DVD. I'm good. But yeah, that Lundberg show, Act Two, that one.
What you got, Q?
Well, I don't even know if this falls in the timeline, but like I said, I haven't seen a lot of his shows. But on VHS, I remember I picked up his. I'm assuming it was the Nude tour, and I got the Tokyo performance, and I think the other one I had was in Germany. And I just remember the highlight of the show was him singing "Nothing Compares to You" with I think he sang it with Bonnie Boyer. Was it Bonnie Boyer or the other Rosie Gaines? I can't remember.
Rosie, yeah.
Rosie, okay, all right. But those two shows, they still weren't to me. They were great shows, but every show I looked at from the. I mean, I just can't. It's like when you heard Thriller for the first time. Mike might be able to back me up, but it was a transcendent moment for me watching that concert. I learned how to play just about every one of those songs on the keyboard, and so nothing could come close to that for me. But he's done a ton of great work, but that concert really, literally, that was a watershed moment for me watching that show, the New York show.
All right. For me, I think the only show that mid '90s would be the Jam of the Year tour. I think. I didn't really like the show. It was at the Gorge, which is a very nice place here. It's actually on a cliff, like a canyon type of place. So it's like way out. You have to drive way out there on a campground type of thing. And it's on a cliff, and you can see way out there. I mean, it was a beautiful place, but I didn't really like the show. It was the one we had. Shaka Khan was there, and Larry Graham. I remember I was disinterested in the performance. I think it was me and Tobias, I think, and we're just walking around drinking and talking. Prince over there, yeah, that's cool. So it was all right.
This was before you were into him or something, or what?
I was all into Prince. I mean, yeah, I'm a super Prince fan. I don't know, I wasn't
something about that era. I think it was too guest star heavy. You know, like you mentioned, Shaka and Larry and Dougie. You probably saw Dougie Fresh too, and it's like I just want to see Prince. Okay.
I can tell you my least favorite of that era would have been the one he did at Paisley Park in 1999. I assume we had the
about the rave.
Yeah. That was a little lackluster. Yeah.
I also, I have another concert of his. He did at the Aladdin, which I've never checked out yet. I don't know why. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, you can let that one go.
Yeah, don't waste your time.
The problem with that one is the way it was, the video or the recording of that show, I think makes it come down. The actual show is probably not bad, but I don't like the way it sounds on that recording, and just the overall production of that video release was kind of the one concert that the top concert for me for that mid '90s era is not necessarily Prince. It was Prince influenced, but it was D'Angelo from the first album.
You talked about that. Yeah.
That was a great concert to me. The show wasn't as good, but the music was dope, and I was sitting there watching, and I was just like, I had only sort of heard some of the album at that time, and I'm sitting there watching this dude, and I'm like, damn, I had no idea he was in the Prince or anything, but I'm watching, I'm like, this guy's gotta be a Prince fan. Like, he sounds like he is doing some Prince shit, but he's just sitting there. But I was like, this is the shit. And then as I really got into him, I was like, okay, now I understand. But that concert was a headbuster to me because musically, I was like, this is a new cat really channeling that music. So yeah, I always remember that show.
I'd have to say, not talking Prince, one that comes to mind for me was Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation tour she did in Chicago.
You went to that?
Yeah. She I forget what song it was. Was it Lonely? That she dedicated to Michael, and she started crying on stage, and the audience ate that up.
That's funny you mentioned Janet. I've been listening to one of her greatest hits things for the last couple of days. Man, that cuts, man.
Yeah.
Definitely got some
I think she
jams.
fell off when she put that album with. Well, actually, the Janet album wasn't that bad. It was the Velvet Rope. That's where I kind of.
That's
Yeah, I
not
kind
Jimmy
of got off
Carter.
on the Janet one actually, but she did have a couple of songs that were good. But yeah, Velvet Rope, I only had maybe 2 songs I like on that.
Yeah.
Fine though, but that's when she got nasty.
Velvet Rope, that's not Jimmy and Terry, though, is it?
I think it is, isn't it?
I
Not,
think
not
in
100%.
terms of that's their name on it, but I don't think they actually was producing that stuff. I think they had ghost producers. Because if you listen to the style, a lot of that stuff, that ain't Jam and Lewis. I think it's like a Dr. Dre type of thing. Where, oh, you want to produce that? Okay, yeah, you come in here and work for us. But that wasn't their shit. Fellas, yeah. Anybody hot? I think we coming to the end of the road, unless you have something that must be told. You like that?
Oh, we still haven't talked. We still haven't.
Do we have any more questions from the audience?
Not that I can see. No.
Somebody asked how was AOA and PE doing. I tried to look and couldn't find anything.
Speaking of which, what do you guys think about the current lack in 2014 of any platinum albums?
Personally,
There aren't any platinum albums at all.
None.
No.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't have no problems with it.
I just saw on my on USA Today on my update. It says Taylor Swift sells 1.287 million in the first week.
And that must have just happened. There was a piece written where somebody said there are no platinum albums.
Yeah,
You know
this
what?
was a while back that was written, Big Sexy, and I think Taylor's album just came out, but I don't, up until then, yeah, there were not any, and that just goes to show you, A, the state of music, and B, the state of how people are getting their music. I think is a big play in that.
Because there's no necessity to own it anymore because there's so many avenues for you to listen to it.
Yep.
In this digital age where you have a computer and a music player in your hand with your phone, yeah, you don't need it. Between Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube, nah. Why am I paying for music? Only music I'm going to pay for this year is Prince's new albums, which I'm going to get soon. Hopefully it goes on sale.
Goes on sale.
Hey,
This cat.
so I can have my physical copy of all of his albums. I'm like, hey man, I don't have to buy it, so why I gotta pay full price?
Wow.
When the album first comes out, is discounted. Typically, most stores will sell it at the discount during the first week it comes out, versus later.
Well, then I will be on eBay and or Amazon.
Let me go to my happy place right now. I can't deal with this kind of talk.
In 2014, when I don't have to pay $14 to listen to your music, come on, man. Come on.
Forgive him, Prince.
right
He
there with
knows
him.
not what he did.
Lord.
No, I'm right there with them. I mean, I want the artists to get paid for their work, don't get me wrong, but where is it to say that the album should cost what they cost? I think consumers should decide and the marketplace should decide how that is. And if right now it's being subsidized by other things, that's between the business people. As consumer, we just here to consume it the way it's presented to us, and they don't present it to us the way they
I don't
used
know.
to.
I have fond memories of being a teenager and cutting grass to earn money to go get around the day to go get parade.
And I'm
So
sure
there's a pride in the ownership for me.
Well, right, but they're from a different time, though. The marketplace is totally different now. The kid
Well, no, I know.
cutting the grass today is getting money if he's, to go buy a video game or to go see a movie. It's just not
Yeah.
the.
I almost have something
No,
really.
I got clowned on Facebook because I had gotten the review copies of both Electrum Electrum and Artificial Age, and I didn't want to listen to them until I got the CD. That's just, although I had it, I could have listened to it. I'm like, no, I'm waiting until September 30th because that's just the old school cat.
But see, what the funny thing is, and you brought it up, you don't. It's the same way you do movies right now, right?
Yeah.
Like an old time guy would say, you know what, I love going to buy my ticket and go in the theater, and I paid my ticket and sat there on opening day. But you go see it because you do the press thing, but you're not buying the tickets. So it's the same.
That's different, Stone. That's different. I know where you're going. That's different because he's actually promoting the film. Well, he's critiquing the film, and the hope is that he's going to like it, so that he can boost sales of tickets by writing a good review. So he's doing them a service, they hope.
If he doesn't like the movie, he doesn't.
Well, that's true, but if they put the movie out, they expect that he's going to like it. They're confident.
Okay.
Has anyone here heard a Taylor Swift song before? I know I have not.
You've never heard a Taylor Swift song?
Never.
I have. That's actually one of them right there. You got him.
My daughter is a Taylor Swift fan. I just found this out the other day, and I said, you know what? Good for you, because from what I know of Taylor Swift,
you're not a Nicki Minaj. You glad you're not a Nicki Minaj fan?
Exactly. Yeah, she's not up on Beyonce. None of that. You keep bumping that Taylor Swift. I love it.
Palmer, who actually made an appearance here earlier, she spoke to Q. She likes Taylor Swift too, so I'm not mad at her. Her favorite songs right now, believe it or not, and I wonder where she gets this from, are Pretzel Body Logic and Ain't Turn Around. She loves those two songs. And I wonder where she got those two from.
I have no idea.
I have breaking news that no one's going to give a shit about, but I'll tell you anyway.
Breaking news, no.
It looks like the Republicans have won the Senate majority.
Yes!
And I'm sorry to say that you know who I blame? I blame Obama. And that's actually that shows you the bitch assness of the Democrats, where you got a good economy, stuff is turning around, and you lose the Senate.
You blame
What happened? What happened?
Obama.
What happened?
What's that now?
Why do you think that happened?
I think it happened see, y'all gonna get me in trouble now.
You niggas didn't vote for them.
I think it happened because
How they blame us now?
I think the Republicans have a huge spin machine in Fox News and Rush Limbaugh.
Are we watching Fox?
What now?
The Democrats are watching Fox News?
No, but I think it gets Republicans out to vote more in droves, and I've seen more than one pundit say that. And to Dampu's point, Democrats tend not to come out for the midterm elections. So that's why, we do good when we have a decent Democratic presidential candidate up for the presidency. We tend to come out for that, but most Democrats don't come out for the midterm vote for governors and all that.
Well, that's on your party, man.
I agree. I agree.
I have absolutely no sympathy for Obama and those fucking Democrats, because in 2008 we gave you a fucking supermajority. What the fuck did you do with that in that year? Got not a goddamn thing. So fuck all of y'all.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you too, bitch ass this.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, George Bush did not have a majority. George Bush had one House of Congress and got every fucking thing he wanted done.
I believe that Obama went in there. He did not want to come in there like. I'm not saying it was a good strategy, but I think his strategy was he wanted transparency, and he wanted to have a bipartisan support for everything he wanted to put forth. He didn't want to come in there storming the gates.
Dude, you have both houses of Congress. You have a filibuster-proof Congress. Fuck bipartisanship. The moment they were like, you know what, nah, I was like, well, fuck it then. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. Like, you could. It just made no sense. That's why I say, yeah.
And also, let's deal with the elephant in the room. He was the first.
No.
Dude, are you putting your hand in my face?
Talk to the hand, man.
Are you going there? Are we doing this?
I'm trying to cut you off at the end because I don't want to hear that either. I don't want to hear that either.
You're
Because
going
guess
to hear
what?
it. Then take your damn headphones off, son.
Hey,
He was the first black. He was the bipartisan support for everything he wanted to put forth. He didn't come in there storming the gates.
dude,
Okay,
you say
Let's play me back.
do you mean Republican and Democrat or bipartisan with support within the Democrat Party? Bipartisanship. The moment they said,
I'm hearing feedback. What am I hearing?
My bad.
What was your question, man? I
when you
couldn't
say
hear.
bipartisanship, do you mean Republicans and Democrat bipartisanship, or do you mean?
I'm assuming. Again, I don't know for a fact. I agree. I don't know why he did not. What the hell?
Yeah, for real.
Right. Okay.
I had to just join Mike with just throwing on something. You know. That's all I had.
Naggers.
Looking like an Amish Run Simmons.
We're trying to talk some serious issues. These naggers putting on hats.
Niggas
Come on,
you
man.
know
Go ahead and make
what
your point,
the
man.
hat represents. You know what the hat represents, right?
No, I don't.
You never seen Fear of a Black Hat?
Oh, shit.
I don't remember the whole quote, so I won't try to massacre it.
Lord, they have eyes but do not see.
Fear of a Black Hat. Was that with Booty Juice?
God.
No, that was
Tropic Thunder.
yeah, that was Tropic Thunder.
No. Booty Juice was Fear of a Black Hat.
That's what I thought.
It was? Okay.
Juice.
Booty Juice.
Your P-U-S-S-Y. That was the cut, man.
But what was the maybe Big Sexy? Do you remember the whole analogy of the hat? It says we got hats now. Something
That's
like
right.
that.
Look
That's
at
right.
you.
If y'all brothers gonna take it outside, take off your hats. That's all I'm
You
saying.
just fell back in the room. Like, yeah.
Oh, Q just walked away and said, fuck it. Q has left the building.
Lower tier blacks. I'm done.
Off the rails. Off the rails.
I
All,
take full
I'm-
responsibility.
all
What
I'm
the fuck is on your hand,
saying is, I don't know, two different scribble knots. You gotta get it on it. All I'm saying is, Q.
This
Obama-
Negro wants some Beats headphones too. Don't even know how to spend money right.
Oh.
First of all, homeboy, these were a gift.
What? What'd you say?
If you,
What'd
I
you say?
said, first of all, this was a gift, homeboy. If you had the connections I had, you know I didn't pay for no electronics. Thank you.
Okay. All right, I give you that. Okay.
Okay, well, here we
Wait,
go.
I was trying to say-
Do we want to just?
I was trying to say that I believe Obama was trying to come in as the first black president by not positioning himself where he's going to be overly radical, and he wanted bipartisan support. He wanted to bring the Republicans in. He wanted them to feel like it was a two-party system, and they were going to enact legislation based on the the compromise between both parties. It didn't work that way. Now he gets blamed for trying to be a bipartisan president.
Well, what I would say to that is he knew within the first 100 days how they were. Why the hell didn't he adjust and say, fuck them, let's do our thing? Before the
I
year.
think he did that. I think he did that with the ACA.
Yeah, that happened a year and a half later. After they lost their supermajority. And after you said with the ACA, they didn't even get what he wanted. He wanted a single payer. He conceded. After
Why are
he
you
lost,
mad? Why are you so mad? Why are you so? If you know the Republicans were obstructionists, why are you mad at him?
because he had a supermajority, he could have said, "I don't need y'all votes. I got all." He had all the votes he needed to get exactly what he wanted, and he couldn't even get his own party to toe the company line after trying to work together. And it's like, well, dude, if you just said,
when did he lose the party line? You're saying when did he lose the party line?
shit, with
That was
the
probably within,
ACA.
that was probably within this year.
No, because he had the Blue Dog Democrats not going along with the ACA.
All right, that's it.
Okay. Well, so you want to talk about our movies that we hate that everybody loves?
Oh, here's one. E.T. Yeah, I said it. What it is. I said it.
Oh my God! I can't consort with you Negroes anymore.
I do not agree with Big Sexy on that one.
So you don't like E.T.?
I do not like E.T. No.
I have to co-sign with Big Sexy.
What?
What?
You don't like?
What's there not to like? What's there not to like?
What's there to like?
It's a nice family movie. What's the hate about E.T.?
See, hold on. Just because the movie is, quote, nice and family, does not mean it's worth a damn. Okay? The fact that it's G-rated does not make it worth a damn.
Not G-rated.
Shows how much I paid attention to it. I didn't care for it.
But you're not saying, but why not? Is what I'm asking you.
Because it's overhyped. It was overhyped when it came out, and I finally watched it. I'm like, this is the big deal.
So Mark, you didn't like it because it had a good marketing plan. Is that what you're telling me?
No. I've seen other movies that aim at the corn market. No, and been very successful and done it very well. Forrest Gump being one of them. But I just didn't think E.T. was worth all the hype, and I think our boy Michael Jackson, got that Grammy off the spoken word album for E.T. I'm like, you know what? Enough is enough.
Well, breaking news, niggas. Breaking news. I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Listeners, open debate. Sorry, Q.
Hey, we've already. I'm not going to say. Do I get a chance to respond or no?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, can I say this real quick? The H is missing. That looks like ant shit.
Thanks for shitting on our listeners, but that's good.
Right here.
That was more.
This is the second time you've done that, Sean.
That was a stab at ant poo, not at the listener.
Damn.
Well, thank you, Hasty 07. Appreciate it.
Yeah. See, I can't say what I want to say.
Why not?
Because we like our viewers.
Oh shit.
All right, so E.T. that was one. Who else got one?
I think I have the most egregious one.
Oh.
1983, I believe. Al Pacino, Scarface. I just don't get it.
Oh,
I can see that. I can see that too. Yeah.
I just think it's so overrated and so unnecessarily violent. I like the last part where well, first of all, I give him props. His sister, yes. But his sister in the movie, she's hot. She is hot.
Oh my God.
Oh, here we go again.
What to do with these people? I don't know.
Okay.
The scene where he tells the dumb guy that not to blow up the car, thumbs up. The scene where the shootout, thumbs up. Other than that movie's just boring and long and unnecessarily violent.
Way too long.
Gangster. Thugs like to quote it. It's just not good.
I would disagree with you on that, but Mine is one of many of mine, but probably the one that pops in my head right now is 1990s Dances with Wolves.
Oh God.
I do
Oh.
not like that movie. And
Sean, I'm gonna need you to make a different selection on the case of your blackness, because I don't know any black person that likes that.
it's not about.
Really? We're doing that?
Hello. Hello.
I saw it. I thought it was bullshit. But
The fact that it won Best Picture over Goodfellas even makes me
Whoa,
hate
whoa.
it even
What?
more. Yeah.
That's like,
Oh
I'm
hell.
sorry, so that's like you saying you don't like terms of endearment. Like, come on, man, come on.
I don't agree with that, but I thought it was a good movie.
You don't agree with what?
I don't
What?
think it should have won over Goodfellas, but I thought it was a
Oh,
great
okay.
movie. I thought it was a great
Now,
movie.
I've never seen it. I don't plan on either.
I will honestly say that the Mrs. is a fan of the movie. So a couple years ago, I bought her the Blu-ray, which is like an hour longer than the. So that was the first version I saw of it, and I'm watching. I'm like, okay, this, and there's like an hour of just Kevin Costner, and I'm not. I think I've gone on record by saying I'm not a Kevin Costner fan, and I just thought.
You didn't like Field of Dreams?
Oh, Field of Dreams was some bullshit.
No.
Q-Star is down. He's down.
The first Kevin Costner movie I actually liked was what was the the one with Clint Eastwood, Perfect World.
Never even saw it.
Well, you should see that one.
I like American Flyers. He was good in that.
You didn't like Field of Dreams?
No, I
No.
did not.
Well, what's your movie, Q?
Yeah, Q, enlighten us riffraff with the.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna throw out.
If you say
School
New
the
Jack
critic.
City, you're dead.
What? What'd you say? What?
If you say New Jack City, you're dead.
I want to say it just to see what's gonna happen.
Soul Plane?
I'm ready to swing on some motherfuckers about now. Okay, the movies that I really. There are two movies that I saw, but they're so outdated. You probably
No. Come on.
hold on. Let me just get this out. Okay, there was Baby Boom with Diane Keaton,
Yeah, that was bullshit.
which was I didn't get that. There was there was Big with Tom Hanks.
Whoa!
Oh, whoa.
Bring it on.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Put your key on. Put your key on. When I come to Philly, you and I, Southside.
I said Big. I said it. Big. I was so sick of all that. I was so sick of all that bullshit, changing identity. I've seen it like so many fucking times, and now we got the biggest star on the planet at that time doing it. But those two films, I'm gonna put those aside. I got one even more recently, Gone Girl.
Wow.
Gone Girl.
That sounds like a personal shot at somebody.
I thought you said you liked that movie.
I know you weren't talking.
Oh, maybe I'm mistaken. Oh, my bad.
I'm not gonna say I disliked it, but it didn't make a lot of it did not make any sense. And Sean, I thought you would have agreed with me.
I liked the first half more than I did the second half, and so I don't want to spoil it. I know it's been out forever now. It probably doesn't matter to spoil it, but I
pulled the shit out of it. What are you talking about?
well, I thought once the reveal, once the twist, happened that she's actually not dead. I thought the movie lost. He just said let's spoil it.
Spoiler alert.
Damn, Sean. And you're a film critic, man. You know better than that.
Sean, don't let them funk you like that. They just fucking with you, man.
I'm not fucking with you. I ain't seen it yet.
Hold on, Mister. I'm gonna post the Saturday Night Live stuff for the East Coast when folks on the West Coast hasn't seen it yet. But anyway,
yeah, post the stuff about Walking Dead. Oh, don't go to my Twitter account if you haven't seen it yet.
I gave you a warning.
Well, the fact that I said Gone Girl was the warning. Oh, Mike, don't say nothing, y'all. That's all you have to say.
I said I didn't want to spoil it, and he said, Q said, go ahead. People seen it by now. So okay.
Exactly. You're taking cues from Q-Storm. When has he been right? Come on.
All right. Anyway.
He's never
done right on this one. But hold up.
I got to take them shots and not fire back.
I would just just do that. Just do that right there. All right. So all I'm saying is,
I got some shit to say.
all I got is the second half of the movie is, for me, was not as entertaining as the first half, but still taken as a whole, I thought the film was good enough and worth seeing.
Okay.
I got one. Can I do one?
Yeah, Mike. Let's hear
It's your show.
Mine's not gonna be outrageous, but I would say Lord of the Rings.
What?
Oh, co-sign. That movie, all three of them.
Wait. Big Six? Are you talking about 2 and 3, or are you talking about 1, 2, and 3?
Man,
if I had to be specific, I would say 2 and 3, but all of them are cool, but I don't think they're as great as everybody said they are, personally.
no, they're not even cool. No.
One is one of the Fellowship of the Rings is one of the best movies ever. I put it in the top 100.
No,
That's not true.
no,
Top 100.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
top 100, yeah, okay.
no.
Cool.
No.
Graffiti Bridge is probably in that, right?
Wow. That's harsh.
That's cool.
Just saying.
Yeah, top 100, damn, I ain't saying shit.
That's what I mean. Hey, Transformers was up there.
I'm sure I can find probably 20 better movies in my lifetime.
20?
Yeah.
2000.
But in all seriousness, can I say one thing about Aunt Pooh's pick? When did you first see Scarface?
I've never seen it all the way through. I tried to watch it all the way through for the first time 4 months ago. I couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. Well, that yes. Then you totally justified in thinking the way that you are because of that. If you had seen it maybe in the, I think it came out 82, 83, I think it would have had more of an impact because, movies were not that violent back then. Now everything's kind of dated. The music is horrible in that film. It is horrible, but it was a product of its time.
I would say that because I could still go back and watch 48 Hours, Trading Places, Beverly Hills Cop, and Rocky, and not feel like it's too dated or like, oh, that music or this, that. I could go watch RoboCop. It's bad.
No, but the score in Scarface is horrible. It is.
Who did that?
Yeah, Giorgio Moroder.
Terrible.
So it's horrible. And I think the level of the violence, at least back when it came out, was shocking, and I think that was part of the reason why Oliver Stone kind of did it that way, was to kind of shock people. Now, it's not that shocking. I mean, they're way, violence in movies is gone way past what Scarface did, and even Scarface was considered over the top back in '83.
I just want to be clear. So, Sean, you're saying that Aunt Pooh is justified for saying he doesn't like Scarface because he saw it recently?
Yeah.
That would be so. You're saying that if
Recently for the first time.
if someone were to sit down and watch Star Wars for the first time, they would be justified in saying that movie sucked?
No, but we're talking about two different genres.
What does it matter? What does that matter?
Now, I will say this. When I went and watched the reissue of Star Wars, '97, the flaws of that movie were stood out more than I had noticed before.
Mike, put that back up.
Luke is a whiny.
Hold on, Sean.
We got another breaking news, nigga. News flash. Election results are in. Okay, you finally. I agree with you. Don Girl.
Wait, is she on the payroll for Q?
I just didn't get it. I thought it was just me. So there you go. I mean, there you go, Q.
Right.
But, I don't need no scraps. What the fuck? There you go, Q. There you go, Q.
Well, hey, this is the listeners. They didn't agree with you on the politics, but on the Don Girl thing, you won that election, man. You won. Yeah.
But
it's closing time at the bar. There you go, Q.
There you go, Q. We're gonna give you the number.
But Q. Some movies though are more dated than other movies. Star Wars really isn't that dated. The only thing about Star Wars that stood out to me that I guess I didn't notice as a kid was that Luke is a whiny bitch in the first Star Wars. But
Fired.
Well,
Shots
power
fired.
converters.
But like for instance, Purple Rain is a dated movie. I mean, any movie, Breakin', Crush Groove, those movies are dated.
Oh.
Doesn't make them bad or good. They're just dated.
No, Breaking
Star
is
Wars, because Star Wars doesn't take place in a contemporary setting, it doesn't necessarily date itself. Scarface is dated in '83. It's filmed in '83, so it has a look of an '80s movie. So it dates itself.
I think you're on thin ice there, bro. There are a
I
lot
don't
like
know.
I don't know. I understand
The score is a typical
All right.
stereotypical '80s score.
Okay. Well, most of the scores in Tron, that score is horrible too. Then if you go by that,
Well, Tron sucked.
Tron is a dated movie. By the effect.
That doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah,
That's what I just said. I just said that. I said it doesn't make a movie bad. I said Crush Groove. I said Breakin'. Those
Right.
movies are dated, but it doesn't make them bad movies. Scarface is a dated movie, but I still love it, although it's extremely dated by the soundtrack and by the violence that was at one point over the top that now is not over the top because we've seen that 1,000 times over.
I thought your point was that because the movie is dated, it justifies Aunt Pooh's dislike of it.
I could understand him not liking it if he didn't see it in the proper context when it came out. Though he's seen other movies that have copied this. New Jack City borrows heavily from this movie. He's seen other movies, and we're talking about like he's not here. Hey, Apu. But he's seen other movies that have borrowed from Scarface. When Scarface came out, there was no other Scarface other than the, I guess, original. That's all my point is. He is seeing something that has been done and done and done and is not original when, in fact, when it came out, it was original. But by him seeing it 20 plus years later, he's been exposed to other movies that copy it.
Some other breaking news, real quick. Just throw it out there. Switched up just a little bit. Marvel. I forgot that this was coming on. I have to catch a repeat. But Marvel's television show, 75 Years from Pulp to Pop, came on tonight.
What channel?
ABC.
And they showed the footage, some Ant-Man footage, apparently.
Oh man!
No, it's online here, but they showed some footage from that, and they also showed some behind-the-scenes footage from Age of Ultron. But that's fine.
Hey, Mark, it comes on at 9, so you can still catch it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, right on. Yeah, we got like 2 minutes.
Shit.
I guess I missed it because it's midnight here.
You look a little tired, don't you?
You can see it online. Quickly, let's do this.
Now I look tired.
Real quick, we'll ask this question, then we'll wrap it up. I don't think we ever got. Actually, maybe we did, but not on this show. But I'm gonna ask it anyway. Black Panther, Captain America: Civil War, Age of Ultron, Captain Marvel, yada yada. Big Sexy. You excited for these movies?
You know, again, with the slate that has been announced, I'm excited of the things that have been announced, but let us see a few years down the line if they actually come to fruition.
Okay.
You know, because I think we're getting dangerously close, if we're not already there, to the tipping point of saturation with superhero-type films. You know, with all these announcements coming from us, Marvel, and DC about these things coming up for the next several years, like, really? Is this all we're doing now? So eventually, it's probably going to be DC. They're going to lay another egg and fuck it up for everybody else.
Okay. I lied. One last question. The Walking Dead, was it last night?
Sunday night.
Can we talk about Gotham too?
So who?
Gotham. Last night's Gotham.
Yeah, we can. Walking Dead, it was a different sort of episode. It was on Beth character.
Yes.
Quick thoughts, yay or nay? Q-Storm.
I'll put it like this: there's no way they could have maintained the intensity that they did for the first 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
This was the 3rd episode, right?
It is the 4th.
Fourth, I think.
Okay. Well, okay, then the first 3 were banging episodes. There's no way they could have maintained that intensity. I just feel like this story is nothing. This arc that they're engaging on looks like. Should I mention what happens in the story or no?
Sure, go ahead.
Do it.
It seems like Beth is now trapped in some sort of fascist society that's taking place in downtown Atlanta in a hospital. And you know, particularly if you read the comics, even if you haven't read the comics and you've seen The Governor, this doesn't seem like it's covering any new ground. I do love the actress who played the leader. Her name is Christine Wood. She was in a very small show starring Stephen Merchant on HBO, and she was good in that show.
What show was that?
It was called Hello Ladies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell are you watching?
Yeah.
It's a funny show. It
was pretty funny.
All right.
Well, if I may, I have to disagree with Q there.
Really?
I love
What a surprise. What a fucking shock.
See, typical Democrat playing the victim card.
Politics.
All right, guys, I got to jump off. I got to go take care of some things on the home front. Q-Storm, Anthony, continue to brawl. Mike, Sean, I'll talk to you guys on Saturday.
All right, take care, man.
Big, sexy. Yeah, I liked it. I thought, for me, I liked it. It was something that hadn't been in the comic books before, and I just saw the allegory of sharecropping after post-Civil War slavery. Civil War slavery.
Are we talking about The Walking Dead?
Yeah. That was a nice allegory of how sharecropping worked, where it's like, okay, we saved your life, now you owe us, and you have to work that off. Oh, by the way, you need treatment. Well, now you owe us for that. You have to work that off. Oh, you need to sustain yourself. That food, that water, that costs, you have to work that off. And it's just a vicious cycle of trying to keep them there so they can quote them because they're going crazy. They want to keep society going. And I love that episode because, like I said, it hadn't been something that was done in the comic book. So to me, it felt fresh, and the characters felt fresh, and I liked it.
Now he managed to connect Walking Dead with sharecropping, and I'm the victim.
Okay,
I'm the victim.
How was that a victim? I said it was an allegory.
Oh, Lord.
You know there are films and books that do that, and television shows that do that still. And Walking Dead, that episode, I thought was a great allegory of how post-Civil War, what do they call it? Reconstruction, sharecropping.
That's just like how in the Kevin Smith movie, what was it, Clerks, where the black dude gets on stage and makes an allegory of Star Wars being about the main.
Oh no, that's Chasing Amy, but yeah.
Yes.
Well, irregardless.
That's right.
I thought that episode was great, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Right,
Although,
do you watch the show, Sean?
No, I don't.
Go ahead and do your Gotham, and then we're gonna wrap it up, man.
Did you guys see Gotham last night?
I haven't even watched the show anymore.
I don't watch the show.
Okay,
I'm weeks behind.
Last night was the best episode of the season, which isn't saying much by you guys' standard. But if you watch last night's episode,
What?
Was that?
Was that a subtle diss?
No.
By our standards.
No, by your standards, you don't watch the show. So what I'm saying is, if you don't watch the show or you think the show is bad, and I say last night's episode was the best, you're probably like, well, whatever, because you think the show is shitty. So it ain't saying much. That's all I'm saying.
Well, but I watched the show. I'm just behind.
Oh. Okay, well, last night, my bad.
Then he gonna keep talking.
I said my bad. Last night's episode was really, really good, and is the direction that this series should be going in.
What happened? What made it good?
Damn, I gotta remember shit. Fuck.
Was that good?
Right. You just saw it last night, man.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to say it without spoiling anything, but everything. But you know, Sean, you guys know that in the first episode, Jim Gordon is tasked with killing Oswald Cobblepot.
Right.
Yeah.
And all the policemen are saying that you did it, so now they want to arrest him. So all of that comes to a head. They introduced Victor Sazu as Falcone's other hitman to go get Gordon, and Falcone is fucking brilliant in there. They got that guy Butcher Galzion. He's awesome in the show. I don't want to spoil anything. He's awesome in the show where he's carrying out all these tasks because it's Falcone versus I'm trying to remember the other mob boss that
I know what
Penguin.
you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So they're like, look, turn over Penguin or shit gonna get real. So I can't think of his name. Let's just call him Scarface. Scarface is like, nah, if you want him, he must be valuable, so I'm keeping him. So Falcone's like, well, fuck it, I guess we going to war. And I do Butcher Gazzoni. So this might be a little spoilerish, but what happened is, this is just a good scene. He stops the transportation of the other mob's boss equipment, and he's like, look, we got to do this. It's like it's not personal, so just let them know this none of your shit's coming in here until we get what we want. There's like, all right. He's like, so yeah, we gotta rough y'all up. Do you want to get beat down or do you want to get shot?
You know, will you start a sentence by saying this might be a spoiler? You know what? It probably might be a spoiler. I'm just saying.
So I won't tell you what happened at that part, but I'm just saying when you watch the show, he's like, I'm just gonna let you know we gotta beat you down. Do you want to get shot or do you want to get beat up? You're like,
it sounds like it's the mob. I watch Goodfellas. I want to see Batman.
It's not Batman. Damn, let it go.
That's the problem. That's why we're not watching.
I'm watching. I watch one comic book show and Pooh ruins it for me. Thank you.
I guess that was payback for Gonzo.
But yeah, Gotham. I cannot recommend last night's episode any higher. That episode was dope.
All right, I might actually check it out. I don't know, it just doesn't. I'm not moved to watch it, man. I don't know, but I'll watch it.
I'll tell you a show I think is improved by leaps and bounds is Flash. I'm really into that now.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
The effects. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you do it. Do you?
No, I'm just gonna say I saw the one with I accidentally skipped over the one with the mist and saw the one with Captain Cold.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Some of the visual effects were like cinematic quality on that episode. I was amazed.
Now, Mike, I'm not sure the representation of Captain Cold in Flash if it's true to the comics, but the portrayal on the show, that dude is fucking badass.
Oh, that's cool. I'm not a super fan of the comics, so that's fine. I was gonna say the one show that I do watch, and I think is dope as hell. It's a kids show, but Star Wars Rebels.
I got like 6 episodes of that I need to watch.
I watched the latest episode last night. That show just captures the essence of the classic Star Wars. I love it.
Sorry.
I can't get enough of that show. Q, I don't know, you're gone or something, but there you are. But yeah, Star Wars Rebels, man, that's is on point. I'm very impressed. I have very low expectations, but love it, love it. Fellas, we got to wrap this thing up. We went for 2 hours, I believe.
You the hell out of Dodge, Michael.
I'm just kind of tired, but it's all good. But I'm here. We doing it. So, hey, I want to shout out to our viewers.
Wait, I'm sorry, real quick. I'm sorry, I got to head out. So, appreciate you having me on, but I got to bounce.
Just wrapping it up, nigga.
We're going to say, hey, you will see me again.
Look, I ain't scared of you. I'm Bernie Mac. I'm not scared of you. Later.
All right.
I want to give a shout out to the. See, this is how you see how he just left the show like that.
Disrespectful, right? Them young kids.
That's how they do. But a quick shout out to the listeners and the viewers out there. We really appreciate the interaction tonight. Shout out to Dale, Brandon, Tamika, Q Dot, Spark.
That's my cousin now.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Q Dot. He's actually was helping people figure out how to use this thing. Spark1M, shout out to you as well. I'm sorry we couldn't get the chat thing up and running, but I'll try and figure that out. But yeah, we do this every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific. As you can see, we keep it light. We have some fun. We get at each other a little bit, but this is what we do. Check out our podcast is PodcastJuice.net. You can look us up on iTunes, also on Stitcher, the Stitcher app. Also come to the site, PodcastJuice.net. We've got a ton of programming, ton of shows that we do weekly. So definitely check us out. And as we always do before we get out of here, want you guys to be able to reach everybody on the show. So QStorm, where can they find you?
You can find me at qstorm.com/lightning strikes. Check out some of my home videos at QStorm DBS, as in drive-by shooting. QStorm DBS, Google it. You'll find it on
I
YouTube.
love that name.
And check me out on Twitter, QStorm3476, and Facebook, Michael Jones.
All right, Mr. Sean Hill.
All right, you can find me on Twitter at Hill Street Views. You can also find me on Facebook, Sean Hill and Movie Talk, and the blog, hillstreetviews.blogspot.com. Tomorrow I will have my Interstellar review up for your reading pleasure, so make sure you check that out.
All right, and Q Dot is actually Quentin Jones. He just said that, so there you go. You related to Quentin?
I was just a joke, but Q.
Okay.
Q.
Okay.
It's the Q thing.
I got you. You can reach me Facebook, Michael Dean, Twitter at Dean. What else can I say? Find Podcast Juice at Podcast Juice on Twitter. Also find us on Facebook. Yo, November the 9th, give me a shout out, a holler. That's my birthday. I'm turning 45. We're doing it mellow that day. We're gonna have some gumbo at Mom's place. So we're gonna have a good time. I think the present man is gonna have an Xbox for me. I sound like a kid, but I'm looking forward to that. You know, I can have some chill time. But we out of here. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you to Sean. Thank you to Mark, Ampu, Q Storm. Shout out to Day Dropping and also Big Ken. And hey, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.